So starting from scratch template of the .NET 7 MVC application. So one remark that the similar topics were covered during the maybe in other tutorials and so on, but unfortunately some of them were for the previous versions of .NET or .NET Framework and so on, and these versions have some changes from time to time. So and let's go with this just in the .NET 7 simple template. So here we have the default template, so it's particularly not modified by me. And here I have added just some data for the data mocking, because as for me, I'm really against such things as hard code and some explicit data mocking, like specifying some user data inside the method and so on. So this way I've chosen an approach with the DB context on the in-memory database. So it can be used just for test purposes. So here we have this string added to the default template, which adds as a DB context. Here we seed some data to this test context, so just two users, and with row one admin and one let it be other. Also, I have added just this the most simple DB context with only one DB set of user. Next, we have one model of the application user. So it's just the standard class with ID, login, password, and string row field properties, and also it has the return URL property, which I will tell a bit later why do we need this at all. And that's it. So that's all probably what I have added to the default template. So it's just the default template like from scratch when you are creating your application from the Visual Studio or the JetBrains Writer. So, and here is just the dependency injection for this app context. So here and in the constructor. So we will need that here. So what are the steps for adding the authentication and authorization to this simple application? So the first one, we should go here to the program CS, and there we need to add just one line. So here we can better if we do this here. We can write builder.services .add authentication and then .add cookie, because we have to explicitly provide the scheme of the authentication, and also here we should provide it with the login path. So login path, because it doesn't have the default value, and we will create the login page to which not authenticated, not authorized users will be redirected. So, and let's create the path of the home/home/login. So that's probably a default one for the most applications. So let's do not override such defaults. So, and let's make it this way. So it's just one string. It's the step one. The next step will be to add the login view. So here we are reading the MVC view of login, and the model of this view will be user. So user in application data here. So we have the layout. Let's omit that. We can easily omit just this all, and let's make the most simple form. While the default template in the .NET 7 has the bootstrap already included, we can just go with call md6 and margin outer. So to make it looking in a quite convenient way for the user. And then let's go with the form tag, because anyways we need forms for this scenario. Let's provide the ASP action. Because we have just one controller, we will not provide the ASP controller and so on, because as I have mentioned in the on the start of this video, this will be the most simple approach as it can be. So the action will be login, then we'll create it in the controller, and here we will have just 3 fields. So the first one will be HTML dot hidden for. So hidden for, we need to specify our user and user dot return URL, because in some scenarios I will show which ones we will need this thing here, so to be stored in this form. And let's create just 2 fields. So it will be first div class MVC, so margin bottom to split these fields. Next it will be a label of the class form label, and here we will have just the input. Also we are not going to talk about the validation here, so because there will be in another podcast, and here we are omitting it just for brevity. So let's do ASP4, and ASP4 will be the login. So here, and let's give it a class of the form control. So this way, and let's do just the same for the password. So it will be here, this one will be pass, and this one will be password. So it's the step 2. So, and let's make it a comment one way. Yeah, this way. In CS HTML it is done just this way. And the second step, the last one, will be to create the login action. So it will be the login, called login. So just this view moment. Yeah, so it will be just public action result and login. And here we are gonna do a bit of complication. So why? Because sometimes when we will have the user which is not authorized to view the page, the user will be redirected to the login, and he or she will have the return URL parameter in the query string. So here we are not gonna just return the view without any data. We need to create the new user, but let's make it a bit convenient, and let's do it via another constructor. So just the return URL here, and let's make it one liner. So, and here we have the new user with the return URL, which is provided by HTTP context .request .query, and let's provide the name of this parameter. So it will be return URL. So yeah, this way. And probably there is, yeah, because we have the now reference types enabled, we can just omit this warning by specifying the asterisk here, yeah. And let's do the post login action. So it will be HTTP post. It will be just the action result of login, but it will have body, and it will have the model of the user. So it will be the user. So, and what we have to do in this method. So first of all, we need to query against the database, which currently is the in-memory one, and determine whether this user is present in the database. So, and we can do it just in the way of user var, let's call it db-user, and it will be context.users dot first default, and let's provide the criteria. So this user has to have the similar the same login as the user which we have returned from the login form. So login, and this user should also have just the same password. So user password will be equal by will equals the user dot password. Oh yeah, and let's make it in the async way. Let's await it, and let's make this method in the async one. So, and let's format it a bit. So like this way. So we have the DB user, and here we can skip. Skip the further actions if this DB user is null. So if this user is null, we can just return redirect to action of login. So yeah, no further actions if this user will be null. So, and after that we need to sign this user in, and it is done via the HTTP context of HTTP context sign in async method. So HTTP context dot sign in async here, and let's provide the data for this user. So if this user exists in the database, so we have ensured this before signing him or her in. Then we make the new claims principal, and we are making new claims identity, and this identity will have new array of claims. So new array of claims, and it will have the cookie authentication defaults dot authentication scheme, because we are having the cookie authentication, so not the other type. So, and about these claims. So first of all, claims principal, claims identity, and this claims identity has the new array of claims. So which will be just two claims. So the first one will be a new claim of the claim types dot name, and it will have the value of the user login. So you can specify any other options like maybe user full name and so on, but we will use the login here as a value. And the next more important one is the claims type dot row, and let's supply it with the user row. So, and when we have this authentication provided, also we need to do one more thing. So do you remember that we will have the return URL property. So it is used for these scenarios when the user, for example, has entered the page which requires authentication, then he or she was redirected to the login page. And after successful sign-in, the user should be redirected to the initial target. So, and how we can ensure that? So, just in 2 or probably 3 steps. So, the first one, we should verify that that user, which is this user. So, this user has the return URL not now and not empty, so this way. And also to suppress some security cases of the bad redirects, we should also add the URL dot is local URL. So in order to verify that the URL which user does have is the local one, so not pointing to any malicious website. So that's it. And in this case, when the when the return URL is not empty or null or and is local one, we should return the new redirect to the user dot return URL this way. And when this case is not matched, we should return the redirect to the default page as index. So redirect to action dot index. So we are not returning the view of index, but redirecting the user to this page. So, and also let's specify some constraints. So first of all, index will have the attribute of authorize. So just for authorized users. This one will have the authorize roles of admin, and also this one in the index. So let it be this way. So if one moment. So if user dot identity is authenticated, so if a user is just authenticated, we will show this header, and if the user is in role of admin, so let's show this one. So it will be just some usages of the role-based authorization. So let's look through one more time. So we have the index which is available only for the user who has the authorization. So just anyone, whether it is admin or not. This page privacy is only available for the admin user, and in the index this paragraph, this header will be shown for the any user who is authenticated, and this one will be shown just for the admin user. So that's it, and let's go and test. So here we have this form from the start. So why? Because if we navigate to the home page, we will be redirected to this login form anyways, because this page does require the authorization. So, and let's authorize with the second user, which is user2 pass2. Do you remember? Yeah. And we completely forgotten about the login button. So yeah, why do we need it? So here we should add the login button. So, and this This button will be just a regular button with just the default class. So then primary, and it will have the value of login, but we have also to include the type of submit. Yeah, this way. Let's restart it. So as I have mentioned before, when we have the login page and we do not have the authorization, we will be redirected just to the login form. So let's provide the user to pass to. Let's go. Very interesting. Cannot create an instance. Model bound complex types. Code types. One moment. Model bound. Shouldn't be abstract or value types and yeah, here. Completely sorry, I have completely forgotten about that. So we also need the parameterless constructor here. So, and yeah, let's add it and let's proceed one more time. And let's, yeah, this way. Very strange. So, and why have not we logged in? So let's open it in the debug mode. And let's provide the breakpoint here in the login method. Program maybe, yeah. Sorry, again, my fault. So because the password was invalid. So let's do it one more time. And here we should resume. Yeah. So here we see our welcome paragraph just for authenticated user, but we cannot see the other one because we have the admin user, and here we also have the 44 error because the access is denied. So, and let's make the logout functionality to log in as the admin. So we can do it just a simple way. So let's create an action result of logout, and this one will have just two statements. So first it will have http context dot sign out async, and the next one will be to redirect to the index page. So direct to action index. Yeah, just return. Yeah, one moment. Yeah, and we have not added this button just because we cannot specify it. Not just logout, but home/logout. Yeah, so we have logged out, and currently we do not have any page here. So let's go with user1 pass1, which is admin1. Let's log in. Already we have hit the breakpoint, and here we have the home privacy page. We have the welcome page with the found functionality, and that's it. So let's remember it, like revise it one more time. So first of all, when you are reading the authentication and authorization, you should add this one. So to your program CS, the next step is to create the most simple login form, just like this. And the final step is to create the authentication and authorization method like here. So against your data source. So it can be just in-memory database or data file or something or anything like that, but please do not use any hard code, any data inline and so on, because it's very bad practice and I'm completely suggesting against it. So better just to make the simple DB context even with the in-memory provider, which does not require any database to be installed. So it's ever has only one package, so just the entity framework core dot in memory. So no SQL server, no MySQL, no other database provider does not need to be installed by using the in-memory database for test purposes. So it's a good case for the testing scenarios, and I'm completely suggesting to use this approach. So probably that's it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this video will be useful for you. And yeah, have a nice day and bye bye.